You're tired of your SEO feeling like a chess match? What's up, everybody? My name is Laura Cardona, and I'm a seasoned SEO here to take you through SaagaSolve to show you how to stop being reactive with your SEO strategy when it comes to competitors, what insights to grab from competitors, and how to make that actionable based on data, automate that all with Agentic marketing tools, and make sure that you're actually borrowing what works from your competitors instead of just following in their footsteps blindly. So let's jump right into it. Here we have the SaagaSolve platform built up, or pulled up rather, and super simple prompt we're going to start with, which is we want to do competitor analysis for aloyoga.com. And of course, I'm just using Alo Yoga as an example. Topically speaking, what are 3 competitors you would benchmark them against? Now, this seems like a simple introductory prompt, but this is something I see all the major platforms get wrong, and the people using those platforms misinterpret. When you look at sites, especially on the smaller scale, and you go into something like a SEMrush or Ahrefs directly, and you go to do your competitor analysis, chances are you're using the organic competitors report. And that will show you your competitors and benchmark you against them based on keywords that you have commonality with, right? So if site A shares keywords with you, they'll put you in their benchmark, so on with site B, so on and so forth. The issue with that is if you're immature in your SEO strategy, the sites that it benchmarks you against are going to be totally irrelevant, because the logic is if you haven't yet executed a sophisticated SEO strategy, well, you're probably not ranking for the keywords you should be ranking for anyway, right? Making that data and that benchmark totally useless. The great thing with SaagaSolve is since we're chatting with artificial intelligence, it can actually use Firecrawl to scrape the Alo Yoga site, figure out what is the site about from a business lens perspective, not an SEO perspective, and then based on that and its knowledge of the market, then parlay up 3 competitors that it thinks it's relevant for. First one is Lululemon, second is Vori Clothing, and 3 Fabletics. It's even taken a step further to say, why not Gymshark or Nike? So 2 other sites that you may think are relevant, and it calls that out. Again, from a business perspective, we haven't even looked at the keyword base. And so this is just the sophistication that agentic marketing brings to an SEO strategy that you're simply not getting from these other tools, and just helps eliminate a lot of the guesswork, especially as you deal with clients who are newer to you, immature in their SEO strategy, or maybe you're people you're prospecting and hoping to bring on as clients where you don't fully understand the business yet. So that was fantastic. So we want to start with that just to get 3 sites that we feel comfortable with. After it spits out that report, the next prompt I did was I confirmed that those 3 competitors were right on the money, just said yes. And I said, find me 3 actionable takeaways to improve Alo Yoga's SEO from their competitors' playbook. Focus on things that make sense for Alo Yoga's brand. Again, a lot of the times you see people running away with these tools and they're just, kind of dovetailing after their competitors, copying every single thing, ignorant of what actually makes sense from the business perspective, right? So as you can see, it fired off a plethora of tools. We've got SEMrush kicking off. It tried to pull Ahrefs and it failed. And you know what? I'm actually glad that I get to show these failures, right? This is kind of the real behind the scenes you don't see with a lot of these videos, frankly. It's just that honesty in what may happen. The great thing about SaagaSolve is it has access to every single tool you would want in your toolkit as an SEO, as a paid media specialist, anybody really in the digital marketing space. And we saw Firecrawl, which is a web crawler and scraper. It's using SEMrush, it's using Ahrefs. It could plug directly into Google Search Console data and Google Analytics data. So honestly, if one of the hundreds of tools it has access to isn't responding, that's okay. It can just use the other billions of tools in its toolkit and get the data it needs to finish its analysis. And you can see it's even smart enough to recognize, hey, that tool didn't fail. That tool actually failed. Let me try a different approach. Something that I've been very outspoken with using Claude and MCPs is that when a tool fails, when it fails to fetch data from an API call, it simply hallucinates and lies about the data, right? Because those models are trained to make you feel good, to make you feel like it's infallible. Not SaagaSolve. It's trying to give you honest data, and because it has a bunch of tools in its toolkit, when something does fail, it can carry on right on like nothing ever happened. So you can see, boom, 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 went through a list of tools. When it felt confident that it had the data it needed, it spat out a report for me. So let me go ahead and take a look at this. So takeaway 1, fix the broken yoga pants page, then build activity-based category pages. So what it found is that Alo's /collection/yoga pants URL returned to 404. It's a live, crawlable dead end for one of the highest intent search terms in the category. Yoga pants obviously drives a lot of traffic. Alo Yoga certainly sells yoga pants. And so this insight shocked me so much that I had to verify it for myself. So what I did, little hack you can do in Google, is you can do site : and then the site, in this case, aloyoga.com, quotation marks, yoga pants. What this is it's telling Google, I only want to search within this site specifically, and I only want to return results for pages that have this text exactly. That's what the quotation marks are doing. If I didn't have those quotes there, it would just look for a broad match and not be what I was looking for. Obviously, we're going to skip past organic. I'm sponsored, and look at the organic results. So this is a really interesting find, you guys. Alo Yoga, in yoga pants being, I would assume, one of their major commercial terms and transactional keywords you want to rank for. You notice what's ranking here? It's blogs. Yoga pants, again, a blog, flare leggings, how to style yoga pants. We can even take this a step further and add the /collections here. So now we're just searching in that category. And let me just confirm that is actually how their URL taxonomy is. Yep. So now we're just saying, okay, I've seen yoga pants in blogs, but I want to see just their collections, the e-commerce page. Does that keyword yoga pants actually appear anywhere? And no, it looks like they went in the direction of calling their pants leggings. We got workout pants and joggers. For some bizarre reason, yoga leggings, they're kind of avoiding the elephant in the room, right? Yoga pants. Obviously, very common search term, very common way to phrase that, just in natural speech. So, that insight shocked me so much. I had to verify it by doing some of these little tips and tricks where you can see it as a glance. But SaagaSolve was right on the money. They're not really targeting yoga pants, which is bizarre. So obviously, if I was an SEO in their driver's seat, I would definitely recommend that. Second thing is Alo's traffic is almost entirely brand dependent, build non-branded category def. So their top organic keywords obviously have Alo in it. That's what we mean when we say brand dependent. It's a branded keyword. And competitors, they're ranking for those generic queries in addition to the brand. So, what Alo should do is not just lean into Alo leggings, but again, women's logo leggings, adding some editorial copy to each collection page. When we go to the collection pages, we see, just a single sentence describing what these page is, but, maybe beefing this up, putting on some more content. Looks like this is a forever load, but if we can get to the bottom of this page, adding an FAQ at the bottom is also something really nice e-com sites can do to ensure that they are targeting the right keywords and not just relying on that branded keyword. So takeaway 3, Vori's promo discount page strategy is capturing high intent traffic, Alo's ignoring. So this is really interesting because based on takeaway 2, we know Alo Yoga is really dependent on that branded traffic. But when it comes to super high intent, people are looking up for things like, Alo discount code or Alo coupon code, just like they would do for Vori here. Alo's not really capturing that, right? They have a pages/sale page that ranks for Alo Yoga sale and Alo outlet, but there's no equivalent page targeting new customer or first purchase intent queries. So let's see what the recommendation is. Create a page new to Alo or first order landing page that targets queries like Alo Yoga discount, Alo promo code, and Alo first order discount. Yeah, so with these e-com pages, usually you see them, they just, kind of shove all their discounted pages in that. That's what or products in that. That's what I'm assuming that sale pages. But a product on sale isn't satisfying the search intent or matching the search query for when someone's looking up a coupon code, right? Maybe that would rank for Alo Yoga discount, which is what it is ranking for. But again, things like Alo promo code, first order discount, that's different. I'm not looking for, a specific product on sale. I want some sort of coupon, some sort of discount I can apply to my cart. And so Vori seems like they're really on top of capturing that traffic and making sure we convert people who are maybe just like a few percentile points off of checking out. Because especially with these, lower tier e-com brands, it's a race to the bottom on pricing, right? We've all been there. Spits me out a nice priority order. So this is fantastic. So obviously, when it comes to anything agentic, you want to verify these insights yourself. And I will say this time and time again, this really accelerates my workflow, but this does not replace me, right? It's still up to me to take these insights and find out how to apply them on the Alo Yoga site if I was their SEO in a way that is congruent to the brand, that's not just, keyword stuffing an e-com page, because, they do have a pretty reputable brand, and we don't want to soil that, right, by just shoving a bunch of SEO keywords and spamming it. So the second thing is, want to make sure all these recommendations are legitimate. Hopefully these tips and tricks, just to see things at a glance, are helpful. So you don't have to dive through the site. But you can also always just go back to the chat and ask it to verify some of the things, right? So for instance, if I wanted to see an example of an internal link that was pointed to the collection yoga pants page, but was broken, I can simply ask it that to make sure that, the Joe here, our little SEO pal, is giving us the right information. But unsurprisingly, SaagaSolve, right on the money, fantastic analysis. If I was Alo Yoga was a client of mine, this would be a great roadmap. But also want to encourage you guys to use this in your sales process, right? Imagine instead of those kind of spray and pray approaches, you're now leveraging an extremely specific roadmap that you can use to sort of dangle the carrot on the stick for potential customers and get them to take that first, second, or whatever meeting with you, hopefully get you a new client. So anyways, hope this was helpful. Again, my name is Laura Cardona. This is SaagaSolve. Definitely give it a try if you're looking to accelerate your workflow with Agentic digital marketing solutions.